Welcome to Bootstrap Businessmen, the podcast devoted to the aspiring entrepreneur on a shoestring budget. Here are your hosts, #1 best-selling fitness author Dale L. Roberts and the Midwest's best, Kevin S. Allen.
Welcome to Bootstrap Businessmen, the podcast devoted to inspiring the aspiring entrepreneur on a shoestring budget. And I'm your host, Dale L. Roberts, joined as usual by the Midwest best, Kevin S. Allen. By the way, Kevin, not that it's going to be huge news to our listeners or our viewers. You know that I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you.
Bring it.
You've got the title of Midwest best. Guess what? I am now officially moving from the southwest portion of the United States over here in sunny Arizona, where we are baking our balls off. But let me tilt this down just a little bit, because then I want everybody to see this nice shirt here, my illustrious shirt. But I'm moving here from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way back out to Columbus, Ohio. So I'm coming for you, baby, and I'm coming for that title of Midwest best. You're officially going to become Midwest second best. And there's nothing you're going to do to stop me from getting that.
Hey, nobody said we can't share a title, so can we be the Midwest bestesses?
Bestesses, yeah, yes. Midwest besties, how about that?
Oh yeah, we got to get the little necklaces and everything.
Yeah, Midwesty besties. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's all right, man. I'm going to have a judo chop and a rabbit punch waiting for you, so. No, you won't. No, not at all. So before we get jumping into the show, I do want to mention to our viewers and listeners everywhere, thank you very much for tuning in. We definitely notice you when you're coming over to see us at SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, and you even come over to YouTube. We've watched that, we've noticed some comments and such. We actually had a comment from a young lady about Dustin's episode. And she said she loved the name of American Rivals. Yes, Dustin is a genius when it comes to ideas. He is an idea guy. I think is why we had hit it off so well early on in the professional wrestling business, because he and I always had the think outside of the box type ideas, and we would pitch each other ideas. And that's where I think the boys had saw when we were traveling that Dustin and I became such good close friends that they immediately were like, okay, we're going to start booking them as tag teams, because they're just, pretty inseparable. Yeah, we clicked really well. The funny thing is, it was a little awkward at first because we were so used to beating the crap out of each other. There was a number of shows where I was a babyface and he was heel, and when we finally paired together, it was a little awkward. It was funny. The guy who had coached me down in Cincinnati, his name's Cody Hawk. Cody, he trained at the Heartland Wrestling Association, and he took a side. He said, guys, he said, you guys are heels, meaning bad guys. He's like, you can talk to each other in the ring. You can just call the spots out loud. And we're like, he's like, well, think about it. He's like, you're assholes. You're supposed to say things like that. He's like, so just call your spots out loud. He's like, you're heels. Be heels. And you know what? The funny thing is, as soon as he said that, it was almost like he gave us permission to go out there and just pull out the stops. And the funny thing is from that point on, our matches started gelling so well. He'd come up with all these different ideas, and I just, love working with Dustin. But all that to say, thank you for the kudos to Dustin. I'll make sure personally tell him that, the American Rivals name, he actually had shared with me most recently that he got his samples in of his pre-workout and is taste testing it. And he says, it's pretty good. He says, I think he said it was a bit strong. I wasn't sure if he meant like flavor-wise or as far as impact-wise. Yeah, a guy actually over at our local nutrition shop, actually it's called Pro Nutrition, I think it is, or Power Nutrition, excuse me. And we were talking about pre-workouts, and sometimes, some supplements just taste like complete ass. And he's just like, you know what? It's not that it tastes like ass, it tastes like gains. Tastes like gains.
Yeah, I was like, that's a good one. So in any event, going not too much further and rabbit trailing off, I do want to say, hey, it would be a great service to us if you could just take a moment of your time. In this live video, we actually have, you go into the description below,
you can be able to click on the Amazon link when you do any of your shopping. You can actually order what you need. You won't cost any more money than it would before, and a small percentage of those profits come back to support the show and help us upgrade it to a certain extent. So that would really mean the world to us. And as well, the more that we can get the support, the more that we can actually bring more valuable content to you, such as hosting more giveaways. We actually said a few weeks ago we're going to do some giveaways, but Kevin and I I think we both agreed on this one. We're going to put giveaways on the back burner for right now, because that comes out of our own personal pockets. And, quite frankly, right now, we need to focus on our own businesses. And so if we are to present a better product to you for Bootstrap Businessmen, it would just mean the world to us if you just go to that link, click on it, put it as a bookmark in your browser. Anytime that you go into Amazon, do your normal shopping, make sure that you order from that specific link, and it will help us out. And while you're at it, you can see this very nice green t-shirt here. It says Bootstrap Businessmen. You can actually find that over in the Amazon.com store, and all you got to just do is search up Bootstrap Businessman t-shirt, and it'll pull up the different varieties of the Bootstrap Businessman. So there's a good reason why I'm wearing today's shirt, because I've got an idea for you, Kevin, and I hope that you're up for this. And of course, we're going to need to make sure that we're very verbally descriptive for our listening audience today. So you ready for the idea?
Sure. Shoot.
Okay.
Go. Let's hear it.
So you and I kind of know this one, so let's make sure that we kind of just go over this, and I want you to kind of cover it just a little bit more, any kind of areas that I'm missing on it. Amazon has something that's called Amazon Merch right now. Okay? It's called Amazon Merch, not right now. There's no right now attached to it. But in any event, Amazon Merch is essentially a platform that you're able to design your own t-shirts. Okay? We have a platform. I have a platform. And actually, my wife, Kelly, is doing rather successful at it. I don't know if you were aware of it, and we'll get to that in just a moment, what this means. She actually tiered up to the 100 t-shirt level.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, she's able to get 100 designs. So it was probably about December time that I discovered Amazon Merch. And a lot of people are going to probably go, well, why didn't I set up something through Spreadshirt? Which I think that's what Dustin set his up through, was through Spreadshirt.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, he did American Rivals through Spreadshirt, and he was pretty happy with that. And then there's Zazzle as well. There's a number of other t-shirt companies that you can do pretty much the same thing. You set up a site, it's of no cost to you, and you're able to design your own type of shirts. So they will give you the products such as a basic t-shirt. Now, Spreadshirt and Zazzle have a number of other things. You can make jackets, you can make pants, you can make underwear, you can make bandanas. Amazon Merch is just strictly shirts right now. I don't know if they have any plan of scaling that in a different direction, but this is all they specialize in, is Amazon Merch. Now here's the deal, and I've actually shared this specific statistic on my self-publishing channel, and this is legit. A lot of people probably go to self-publishing with DLL Roberts, and they're probably like, okay, he's joking all the time. This is a legit number. Back in 2015, there was $107 billion in sales in the United States with the mega online retailer. And that's amazing. So Amazon.com alone made $107 billion last year in 2015. Now, I don't have the particular links, but I think the actual company is called Statista.com. So you can always just Google that up, Statista, and they'll be able to pull it up. $107 billion, okay?
Impressive.
This is a large pie. It's huge, okay? So when you try to compare Amazon to someone like a Spreadshirt, there's just no comparison, okay? It is a very large, retail, outlet that if you partner yourself up with it, it's just a no-brainer. You have a larger audience, a larger pool of people. Something like Spreadshirt, nothing against them. And I'm sure maybe they'll have more of a dog in the fight, sometime down the road. But here's the deal is, you're going to have to legit bootstrap this stuff. You're going to have to direct the traffic yourself. Not to say that you can't direct any traffic to Amazon.com, but with Spreadshirt, you're going to actually have to, you're going to have to get out there and hustle your ass off, kind of like what, Dustin's doing. He's having to build his business from the ground up, because he can set up something in Spreadshirt and he can SEO, put a lot of keywords in there. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to go out there and shake some hands and kiss some babies. Whereas with Amazon.com, you can shake hands and kiss babies, but if you don't feel like doing it,
You don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I did this back in, I think it was November or December of this past year, there was no application process. And I'm not sure if I'd shared that with you. You just essentially just set it up. It was like KDP through Kindle Direct Publishing. You just literally just set it up, boom, it was done. Now, I think they had become so inundated with requests to set up accounts. Well, the issue is more accounts that they set up. Of course, they have to host all these different accounts.
Sure.
And of course, it probably came so big that Amazon was like, whoa, hang on, one person at a time. We don't have the capacity to expand at such an exponential rate that they were able to do. So now you actually have to apply to it. So what you would need to do, and I'd recommend this to anybody, that if you're just looking for just a little bit extra, scratch in your pocket, you could probably even develop some shirts that if you've got like children that are in a soccer league, you can maybe make, soccer shirts for them. You can make a shirt that says, Midwest Best Kevin S. Allen's soccer. I don't know. I'm coming up, whatever your team name might be, you can actually put that on there. And here's the nice thing is, sure, you can have the parents buy the shirts for them, or maybe you can purchase it from yourself at almost a wholesale level. And then on top of that, you can actually get it to where, other extended family members actually order these shirts, and you get a small portion of those profits, and you can actually take those profits and funnel them back into the team, buying bigger and better equipment. This is just a little bit of, my outside the box thinking when it comes to merch.amazon.com. It can even be something as simple as, you're running your own podcast, Bootstrap Businessmen. We've made a little bit of scratch we've done a little bit. It's, not millions, and not even the thousands at this point. But, to be honest with you, I don't think we've really focused our attention on selling shirts. It's just not our thing. We're about, showing people options, and this is a great option. So have I covered merch.amazon pretty good have I missed something?
You haven't missed anything. The application process does take, though, almost 2 months.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, actually, and now that I think about it, how long has it been that Harold has been doing self-publishing now?
Let's see. I think he's been around 90 days.
It's been about 3 months, I'm thinking. So the only reason why I ask is actually at that very same time, I told him to apply for an Amazon merch account, and I don't think he has one yet. So that kind of tells you how far backed up they are. But then again, I also heard from somebody, I was reading in one of the chats in one of our groups on Facebook, that someone actually had applied back in November, December, and maybe I've had it longer than November, December. Any event, though, they had applied and they hadn't received confirmation. It was already like March or April.
Wow.
So someone had found out, though, and they had lived overseas. So if you're overseas, there's a good chance that you're going to probably get a little bit slowed up on that. And it also helps, too, if you already have an established business. So, for instance, I already have an LLC filed for One Jack Monkey, and how I was able to just kind of, list that in automatically. Of course, then again, there was no application. I could have probably said I was selling dildos for all that matter.
No, I honestly, dude, I think it does make a difference because some of the information they ask if you're a business, if it's personal. So there's probably a queue, right? If you have a business, you probably get moved up in the queue versus just, another schmo trying to create an account to sell t-shirts. So that's my thinking behind it, because that honestly would make sense. Because if you have a business and you design t-shirts or buy shirts for your business, your employees, whatever the case is, you're going to be selling and making them money. So just a thought.
That makes sense. And maybe if I can just piggyback off that theory too as well, do you think Alexa is going to play a huge role in that? You know what Alexa is, right? It's essentially nobody knows that you were shaking your head no. He's just staring back at me, and of course the camera stays on me. But in any event, Alexa is actually a tool that you can go to different websites and find out how much actual traffic they're getting on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So it's my good friend Paul Rega, best-selling author, one of the top 100 Amazon best-selling authors, amazing guy. He actually had told me about Alexa probably about a year ago or so, and I've yet to utilize the tool.
Okay.
Only because of the fact that I just would reach out to him and be like, is this site pretty good? Because he would go, when it came to doing his book promotions, he would base his interaction with them based on the Alexa rating.
And, because his thought was, I'm not going to spend $300 on a site that, has like 5 visitors a day,
Right.
Yeah,
Makes
he
sense.
wanted to be very wise about it. He's a very cerebral person. I would love to actually have him on the shows one of these times, because he's very much about strategy. He likes to plan things out before he goes into it. One of the issues I ran into when I was doing some book promotions was I would get all these different book promoting websites for, like, say, one of my Amazon free promotions, and I would fire them off all in the same day. And he was like, no, don't fire them off in the same day. He's like, you got 5 days of free promotion, spread them out over those 5 days. It's like, that way, when you have a few here, he's like, that gets done. You got a few here, and that gets done. A few here. That way, it's a consistent influx of downloads. And when he when he told me that, I was like, that is brilliant. There's a good reason why he's a top 100 Amazon author. Which, speaking of, he gave me some great news the other day. Good friend of mine and future editor of my book, Beginner's Home Workout Plan, Lorraine Nelson, made number 83 in the paid Kindle store. Not number 83 in her category, number 83 in the total Amazon.com store. So congratulations, Lorraine. Lorraine she is a hard working woman. She actually has her amount of her books that she's put out over the last year far outweighs what I've done.
Wow.
That tells you. She puts out a lot of really good quality content. She even had one of her books considered for Kindle Scout, the Kindle Scout program, which we'll talk about Kindle Scout one of these days, but I don't want to get too far into self-publishing. Yeah, it's something I've kind of entertained, but I really don't like the fact that I would actually have to kind of part ways with distribution rights to Amazon exclusively, because if it does shit, then I'm up a creek without a paddle.
Sure.
But I might entertain it someday for like the fiction work. So anyway, so we're talking about merch.amazon.com. So here's how it works. You get the account. They give you 25 slots for designs. Okay, you can pretty much create the designs through, like, say, Photoshop or like GIMP. And this is where I'm going to probably talk a little bit more beyond this. But at any rate, your phone is near you. I can tell it is. I can always, yeah. So
it's always close.
At any rate, so you get 25 designs. Now, in the event that you want to free up a spot, you can always just delete a shirt and then redo it. You can't just necessarily, and this is something I found out, is as soon as you upload a design, you can't upload an edited design. So let's say, for instance, this right here, I'm not happy with the design 100% because it doesn't have a mask on it. Okay, I just did like a fuzzy wand type thing, so it kind of came out a little bit pixelated, but it's still a very sweet ass shirt. It fits me nice. This is a fitted shirt, by the way. But I wanted to upload a better version of it to merch.amazon.com, and what it was like, pretty much it's locked. As soon as it's set in there, it's locked. And the crappy thing is we already sold some of these shirts, so it was already ranking. So I wasn't willing to just delete it.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that I wanted to put up an edited version. So I just ended up putting up an edited version of this particular shirt. So in any event, you're allowed up to 25 slots. There's keywords that you can use, and it works just almost exactly like Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing does in CreateSpace, and in most any kind of product that you're going to be putting onto Amazon. So I actually have put out a video, is actually just yesterday. If you were to go to DaleLRoberts.com/self-publishing, I know a lot of people are like, no, Dale, I don't want to do self-publishing. Go into that video. It was from yesterday, being August the 2nd. So if you look to the August 2nd video that I put up, it's called Keywords Conspiracy. You'll have a couple laughs, but it actually will show you a way that you can actually find good keywords. Because the thing is, when you're making products for Amazon, you need to find out what they're searching. Expand on it just a little bit for me here, Kevin, so I can take a little drink of water.
Basically, when you're looking for the keywords, man, you do have to do a little research, right? And don't go. Here's something that I found out, man. This has worked. It's kind of slick. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you go, when you first pull up Amazon, if you look in the little drop down, it says all. Okay, that's all of their departments. They have books, they have, oh my gosh, Kindle, what sports, nutrition,
Clothing. Yep.
clothing, you name it.
Health and
So,
beauty.
yeah, I mean, you can go into that specific, niche. I recommend you do that, but first, type in what you're looking for.
In the all. So it's
In
all
the
departments.
Every
Yeah.
department, and then that first page is going to pull up a bunch of different products. It could pull up T-shirts, it could pull up a book, it could pull up laundry detergent, whatever is kind of categorized with whatever you're searching. From that first page, you can snag a lot of keywords. Okay, your description.
Yeah. And even in the search suggestions, and that's pretty much what I say in the video, is when you first start the title. So let's say, for instance, you type in Bootstrap, and a search suggestion will drop down, and it'll actually say Bootstrap Businessmen, Bootstrap Businesses, how to bootstrap, and it'll show you all the different search suggestions. So that's another combination of keywords that you want to take note of as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I will throw it back to you for the incognito portion of that. But yeah, what I found is doing the all, it gives you a list of all the products that are searched. And just like Google, okay, the first page are the highest ranking products under that. Okay. So then you can also go to Google, the same thing that I did, I think it was last week I was trying this out. I was talking to you about it.
Yeah.
Type in what you're searching for. Again, Google, the search results will pop up. And then if you just go ahead and hit enter, it's going to bring you to the first page of whatever is the highest ranking on Google. It's usually the top 10, I think, on the first page.
Yeah.
From that, you can do keywords also, because here's the cool part. And I'm sure everybody's aware of this, but I find it really interesting, is that if you're high ranking on Amazon, somebody types it on Google, you're going to pop up on that front page of Google.
Yeah. And that's ideal, is you not only want to be pulled up on one search engine, you want to be pulled up on both.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy because I was at Bootstrap Entrepreneurs Think Tank last week, and we were evaluating our web pages, which, I'll go into web page development maybe next week or the week after, because I'll be buying a theme here pretty soon, and I would love to share it with everybody. But in any event, we were going through and we were kind of looking at that, and one of the gentlemen said, hey, if I searched up Dale L. Roberts in Google, what will pull up? And I was like, I was kind of curious when I searched up. Funny thing is, my website came down third on the list, which is kind of scary because my website's shit. I cleaned it up a little bit for, the colors and such, but I will be changing the theme really soon. Promise. I will be doing that. But the very first thing is workout plan on Amazon.
Beautiful. That's what you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. You want to make sure it's popping up. Now, of course, nobody's just specifically, very few people are probably just searching up Dale L. Roberts, but it's kind of reassuring to know that that's coming up there, that's pulling up automatically. So if somebody typed up the workout plan, bing, bang, boom, Dale L. Roberts come up, not just on Google, but also on Amazon. So that just speaks volumes about using the right keywords. Now, I cover this over, like I said, inside the video. I'll just repeat it again, DaleLRoberts.com/YouTube. I said self-publishing. DaleLRoberts.com/YouTube. And you're going to go over to self-publishing, August 2nd edition, and it's called Keywords Conspiracy. And I cover this a little bit, and as kind of Kevin directed, you want to keep it into all departments, and especially when it comes to designing your shirts.
Yeah.
You want to have it, you can go to shirts if you want to, but I would recommend all departments because it definitely will open up much more search suggestions. Now, here's the thing is, I say inside the video is, if you already order from Amazon, okay, and if you're doing research on Amazon, okay, you're already kind of, you've already dipped into the actual chip dip, okay? And the thing is, if you go for keywords, you're gonna double dip if you go in there and try to find keywords, because they're very responsive. They know what you're ordering. They keep track of that in your cookies inside your browser, okay? And they also, if you're signed in as well, they're gonna see your purchase history. They're gonna see your search history. They're gonna see everything you know how to do. So here's the thing is, that's all well and good for you, but you wanna make sure that you're kind of accommodating the general population, okay? Because that's who you're selling to. And this is something I need to go back and do on my actual merch shirts, is actually fixing these keywords. You actually have to go into what's called incognito mode on your browser, okay? Essentially, it just kind of covers things up, and it's not a black hat tactic by any stretch.
It's like you're the first time there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think any guy out there that's trying to hide the fact that they're watching porno on their computer and their wife doesn't get caught, incognito mode is probably where they're familiar with that. And if, by the way, if you're trying to hide porn from your wife, first of all, A, stop it. Yeah. Okay.
Be honest.
And B, and B, if you're not going to be honest, at least use incognito mode, because you won't have that as trackable history. So here's the deal. Open up your browser. Now, this is what works for Chrome, and you probably have to actually search it up later on what other browser you might have. If you have Mozilla Firefox, or if you sadly use Internet Explorer. You can find the different ways to do incognito mode, but I know for sure that on Chrome, you just press Control-Shift-N as in new. That's Control-Shift-N new. If you're using Mac, of course, substitute Control with Command. So Command-Shift-N. And it will actually literally just pop up a black browser. It's literally laid out the same as what Chrome usually looks like. It'll have kind of like these spy goggles, and it'll say you're in incognito mode. And then you just go into the Amazon store and just do your normal searching. Make sure you take note of all of the things that pop up. Now, keep in mind, keywords, the value of keywords changes by the day, okay? It can change drastically. So, you could go 1 month from now and find a completely different set of keywords that have a completely different value altogether. So that's something I would even recommend for anybody in any line of business when it comes in regards to Amazon. So if you got books and you find your books are starting to tank, reassess your keywords. Your keywords might not be as valuable as they once were. It's not like gold where, it's always going to have, a great value to it. No, it will be good 1 second and dead the next. So, but anyway, so that's merch.amazon.com. You get 25 designs. Now, here's the nice thing. If you sell, now this is kind of like Amazon. They make up of their own rules like usual. If you sell up to 25 shirts within a certain period of time, they'll do something that's called tier up. Okay, so you're showing pretty much that you're capable of selling shirts if you're selling 25 shirts. So that means if you have all 25 designs up there and you sell at least one of each one of those, they're going to probably tier you up. Now, I think it's within a 30 to 90 day period. Can't remember. My wife was able to actually, she spent quite a bit of time working on her shirts and found some good hits, and not anything that I'm, can remember off the top of my head, but some of them are pretty crazy, but they work. And so any rates, you're laughing because you know a couple of them.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? It makes a little bit extra scratch. We're not making, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's bringing some money to the Roberts household in a different way.
Yeah.
But in any event, you show enough faith and responsibility that they will actually tier up your account. So that means they take you from 25 shirt designs up to 100. And I think there is another tier beyond that, but I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. You guys can always look that up on merch.amazon.com. So, Kevin, with your permission, I would actually love to show, and maybe you and I can kind of talk it through, show the viewers today how to put together a shirt.
Go for it, man. Actually, it sounds great. Guys, you're not going to be the only ones learning anything today.
Yes, yes.
Because I honestly haven't messed around with it in, a minute. So any refresher is a good refresher.
Excellent. What program are we going to get ready to use if you want to share with them?
Oh, my favorite program, Dale, and I'll tell you why, is because I'm actually starting to learn how to use it. GIMP. Yeah.
Trial and error, yeah. And GIMP stands for
graphical interface mapping peanut butter. I don't know.
Peanut butter, yes.
I don't know.
It's something like that, but yeah, it is actually, and it's a free. It is a shareware program. Okay, so it's free to download. It will have there's a good reason why Kevin just takes a deep breath, because there is an extreme learning curve for this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to best. Yeah. It does. You can go get it. You just search up GIMP free download. Make sure it's coming from GIMP themselves. You don't want to go to any other third-party sites because, I don't know what kind of viruses or spyware they might be adding to the shareware. So just make sure that you're going to GIMP. And actually, let me just type it up just really quick so I'm not misguiding anybody on this. GIMP download. Bear with me here. It actually is on gimp.org.
Yeah.
/downloads. if you just do a basic Google search of GIMP download, it'll pull it up. And of course, you want to make sure that you get the version that's appropriate for PC or Mac based on, your computer specifications. Of course, I got it on Mac. I'm going to say from my experience right now, love GIMP so much more on Mac. So in the event that you ever jump into the Mac pool with me, Kevin, you'll find that GIMP is so much easier. Its interface is just so much neat. Now, I'll say this, that it crashes sometimes. If you have a really large file size, it crashes. It starts acting really, really crazy. So I always recommend if you've got a really large file, try to shrink it down.
Yeah.
And it'll actually start to work a little bit better. So I'm already logged on to merch.amazon.com, my account here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the screen share. And I brought up a word with you today. And, of course, let's don't talk about the backstory of it. But it's so funny. Palatial, yeah. It's regalia.
Dude, this regalia.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the regalia. And I think you're going to find it is totally palatial.
Totally palatial. Dude, that had me rolling. Loved it.
Yeah, Walt showed that one to me a long time ago. I love Nick Swardson anyways. Anything he's in, he just leaves me in stitches. But anyway, okay, so let me go into the screen share. Stitches are for bitches. I used to hear that so much in wrestling. Okay, so here, yeah, that is actually a legit saying in the wrestling business. Stitches are for bitches. Thankfully, I never had to have any stitches. All right, so here I am. I'm in the dashboard. I'm already logged in. You can see the screen, correct, Kevin?
I can.
Okay, so we can always upload finished artwork. So before I go any further, what we need to do is we have to create it. So I want to put together something that describes you and me to the T, because let's just put it this way. If either one of us went to go and interview at a job, between the things that we've posted on social media and the things that we've done on YouTube and our podcasts, we are #unemployable.
Unemployable.
Unemployable. So I would love to actually take that and actually attach it to Bootstrap Businessmen signal. So you can see I've got GIMP right here. We're going to go ahead and open it up, GIMP 2.8.
Oh, man, it opens up so much faster on there.
Oh, really? Yeah, it goes lightning fast, my friend. All right, so I want to get my T-shirt design. Actually, I could have just done that. Could have clicked on it. That is downloadable as soon as you have your merch account set. I would really recommend that you let me hide this.
Download it ASAP.
Yeah, I would recommend. So you can see I've used this before. I used it for like a writer template. So it's got dimensions of 4,500 by 5,400. So you can see it's already a very large size. So I would say don't bog it down with too much. And especially it's going to be on a shirt. So this is primarily going to be from the almost just below the neckline down to just below the belly button on a particular shirt. So your phone, I'm going to break you.
How can you hear that, dude? I'm not even moving it. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I hear it's good. Okay,
I think
so
I just might touch it. I've
just deleted it, the stuff that I have here. So I've got a complete blank template. So all I'm going to do is this. We're just going to keep things very simple. I'm just going to I have the workspace open. I'm going to take my text. I click the A. I'm going to drag it across, and I'm just going to type in unemployable in caps because that's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's going to go really slow. Here we go.
Yeah, if you don't think that it's typing, you could just look off to the right-hand side in the little box and over layers. Yeah,
it's in layers. Yes, for sure. And eventually, I will actually put just a very good tutorial on GIMP and such. And if you actually if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will be doing a complete walkthrough on this Friday. Probably sitting down for probably about, I would say, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours because I have so many covers to do. All right, we're going to go ahead and change the size of this font. I'm going to try 100 and see how that looks. Okay, 100 is not quite where I need it to be. Let's go ahead and try 500. Feel free to talk while I'm doing this, Kevin, if you want to, do like a play-by-play. I'm going to do scratched letters.
Okay, I was going to say because right now he's just using the generic sans font, but yeah. Ooh, dude, I like that. What is that? Scratched letters?
The scratched letters, you can actually find that on 1001fonts.com. That's 1001fonts.com, I believe, is the name of it.
It's not on the font.
I don't know. Is that a legit site?
Yeah, man, that's where I get all mine from.
Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, now see, I'm learning something new from you.
DAFONT, Dafont.
Okay, so let's try 800, see how that goes. Okay, that's not bad. I want to leave a little bit of room for our logo over here on the side, so I'm just going to make it probably a little closer to, say, like 600 size.
Okay, so you're not using inches then. You're.
I'm going for pixels, yeah,
Gotcha.
just
Okay.
pixels and such. It just works out so much better for me. So I'm gonna click the arrows and I'm gonna just adjust this down because I don't want this right below my neckline. I want to put it like right here, so it's almost emblazoned across the chest. Now the very next thing is I need to find the Bootstrap Businessmen logo. So we're gonna go ahead and hit logo in my account here. There we go. Black transparent one. What do you think? Are we gonna put this on like what color shirt are we going to put this on, my friend?
Wow, good call. I like the green that you have on, or the gray. To be honest with you, the gray is
green or gray. So we're probably going to end up doing something that's going to be white. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump my logo in here, and we'll go ahead and recolor it here in just a moment. So okay. I just clicked and dragged my PNG image. So if you want to get something that's going to be not just an image, you want to have it kind of see around it. This, PNG is the best type of images to use in GIMP and Photoshop. So I'm going to resize this just a little bit.
Because if you don't change it to a PNG file, you're going to have like basically like a black background to it.
All right. What do you think about this, my man?
Now, is this going to be for shirt pocket, the Bootstrap Businessman?
So yeah, this is, it won't be like a shirt pocket, but
well,
you can. Yeah, that'll definitely. I'll be right over top of the left breast is how it would work out. So just above the nipple. So let me make sure that these are both in line with each other. That looks beautiful, beautiful.
I like it.
All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two layers and I'm just going to go ahead and blend them together. And you're going to find out why. So I'm going to right-click on the logo and the layers. So I'm just going to click Merge Down. It actually puts the two together.
Okay.
I'll show you another trick some other day, Kevin, because there's actually a way that you can actually put the two together without having to merge them. You put them into a file, and that's what that folder represents. Pretty neat, right? And then you can chain those things together. You can move them together as one unit. But in this instance, since it's just, we know this is the only thing that's going to be on the shirt, I'm going to go ahead and right-click. I'm going to left-click on Alpha to Selection. All right. And now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to right-click on the actual selection of the image itself. Its drop-down is going to come out. You hit Edit, go down to Fill with Background Color, which I already have opted in at white. Kablammy. And all I have to do is just hit Control-Shift-A. It'll unselect those things. You can see already we've got our white-looking thing here. So it's now ready for like a green shirt, a black shirt, any kind of dark shirt. So obviously we're not going to want to put this on a white shirt. And we're going to want to use a dark gray if we wanted to. Now, in the event that we would want to use another image, all we'd just have to do is just hit undo, and we can actually use the black then. We can change out the colors, any colors that we want to, just simply by coming over here, changing our default color to whatever we wanted to, and we can just go ahead and same thing, right-click on the layer, Alpha to Selection. We'll right-click the actual selection itself, hit the drop-down, Edit, Fill with foreground color, and you can see I just turned it to neon green.
That would look good on a black shirt.
That would be pretty pretty sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what do you want to go with? You want to keep the neon green, or you want to go with the white?
Actually, I'm liking the neon green.
Oh, you're digging it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to
attention to it.
Yeah, and I would probably save this under normal circumstances, but I can do this literally in 2 seconds. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to export this, because the thing is you can save it, but it would save it in the XCF file. So an XCF file only is readable in GIMP. Okay, it's not readable anywhere else. So we need to make sure that we're exporting this to a file type that could be read by Merch. And I would recommend PNG, because if you do it as a JPEG, which is the normal pictures that you see, say like on Facebook and any kind of image searches on Google, JPEG is great, but here's the problem is if I export it to JPEG, it's going to flatten this image and it's going to apply a color to the background. It won't just allow it to come in completely transparent as a background. So we want to keep that transparency. That's why we need PNG as our extension. So I'm going to hit Control-Shift-E, and those using Mac, of course, if I ever say Control, I mean Command as well. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead BB
Unemployable.
Dude, I'm loving
Sure.
that. Unemployable.
So,
It's the truth, man. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, love it.
yeah. It really had crossed my mind. I was just like, man, I am really. I was on a Facebook Live yesterday, and I just said some stuff. I'm just trying to get a laugh out of Kelly, and I said something, and afterwards, I literally regretted it because I was like, damn, I will never get hired at Hardee's ever if they.
Oh man, I mean, think about some of your typical. Well, tell us about a time when you led a group and you were successful in maintaining a product. I would just be like, you know what, this isn't. I'm sorry, I'm not your guy.
Yeah, I would take off my suit jacket, and they would see that it says unemployable Bootstrap Businessmen. And they'll go, I knew you. You're that guy who says fuck a lot on your podcasts.
And they'd be like, I fucking love it.
Yeah, they're like, love it. Yeah, you're still unemployable, but you are the shit, my man. All right, so I'm back over here at Merch by Amazon. So we're gonna go ahead and left click on upload finished artwork. Okay. And upload sometimes will take a little bit long. So I'm just going to, you can see the shirt popped up and has the little area here. You see the little trash can if you want to throw out the thing. Don't worry about the color on the front page. They're going to put it flat like a white one. So if you got like a white design, it might blend in. But I'm just going to go ahead and click upload. I need to find out where I put my design. There it is, the PNG. Okay. We're going to click OK. It's saving it. It's a success. It's uploading. Now, you could do front and back. Now, I'm going to tell you this, okay, is if you do front and back, the cost is going to go up. Now, does this cost you anything? Not by any stretch. But this means that your base cost for your customer is going to increase. So your profits are going to go down, based on that. So let's say, for instance, base cost could be $9 per shirt for them to do that. Well, that means you're going to probably have to charge $14.99 in order to see about $5, or you can charge $19.99 in order to see, $10, and so on and so forth. So it becomes ridiculous after a while. So you could do front and back. However, I have found greater success on just a single side. So you like how that looks, man?
Yeah, I'm curious about one thing though.
Yeah, fire away.
Because normally when I do the lettering, I put it in inches. Okay. Usually go like 2 to 3 inches for the lettering.
Yeah.
For a size, but you have 500 pixels. I mean, what is that going to look like? What you have on the Bootstrap Businessman shirt right now?
This is going to be a little bit smaller. The Bootstrap Businessman one is probably, if I were to guess on the pixel sizes, I mean that, and in fact, it was really slow when I tried to upload something that large. I would say that was close to about 4,000 by 2,000. So 4,000 width and 2,000 height.
But I mean, it's covering basically the whole chest plate and down into your, abdomen.
Right. As you can see here, and I'm not sure if you can see my cursor moving back and forth here.
Yeah.
But you can see that it goes across the chest. So it's close to being that 4,500 across, because it's 4,500 across, 5,400 pixels up and down. So I'm very happy with this. I like this. Let's go ahead and hit save, selection, and continue. Now we're going to go into shirt types. Now you're allowed to choose up to 5 different shirt colors on your thing. Now, more doesn't always equal better. They recommend 3 colors, okay? And there's been some times where I've sold quite a few shirts on just a single color, and some of them that I had 5 colors on it and haven't sold a single one. So you have 2 different types of shirts. First of all, you have Anvil Relaxed Fit. That's just your traditional T-shirts, and a mass amount of the audience is going to go gravitate towards that. Then there's American Apparel, which I'm wearing right now. It's a slim fit. Now, bear in mind, these shirts will shrink. They will shrink. And in fact, American Apparel is probably even worse. And I see a lot of negative reviews in regards to these slim fit ones, because some people, let's say, for instance, I fit a large, and a large fits rather loosely on me. But the nice thing is when it actually shrunk, it fit just nicely for me. Now, so you can only imagine if somebody who's about 100 pounds heavier and they fit snugly into a large, so they order a large and then it shrinks, they're going to be pretty pissy about it. So in any event, I'm just going to leave it as a relaxed fit, unless you think I should go for the American Apparel slim fit.
No, I like the relaxed fit a little better. There's more options for the customers. Now, if it was me, I would order the slim fit in an extra large. By the time it shrinks down, it's going to fit just right. So, but for but it's not for us. You know what I mean? It's for your customers. So there it is.
So there's the black. So now we've got all these different choices here. The color choices do, if I can recall, actually, I think they change when you go to American Apparel. No, they don't. So the colors are pretty much the same. I'm going to choose black on this one. Didn't you say we want to go for like a gray? I think there's like granite around here somewhere. Is that granite? Or is that granite?
Do the dark gray. Okay.
This one right here.
Ooh,
so
it even looked good on the brown.
Like the brown? Ooh, that's weird, dude.
I like it. But
I'm
guys,
picking the green. So this is the green one that we did. Let's see what it looks like on yellow. Oh, good Lord. Look, that's an eye blinder. White's okay. That green's okay. Blue looks just bizarre. Brown, I don't know. That's not doing that's kind of making my pee-pee flaccid. I know. I said pee-pee on here.
Folks, he's approaching 40. So this is happening more and more for him.
Exactly. I'm just about a month removed from 40, and I'm saying pee-pee still. I'm a grown-ass man. All right. So, all right. You know what? I chose the black, and you chose the dark gray. What color are we gonna go with, man? Don't think too hard.
I want to go with honestly, I want to go with the dark gray does look kind of nice, but let's go with the black.
I already got the black. We got the granite. What's the third one? You pick the third one. You want to go for the brown? If you want to go with the brown, we'll do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to buck wild. Okay, so now we can choose a fit type. So there's men, women, and youth. I'm going to go ahead and check on all of them because I think it'd be hilarious to see a kid wearing a Bootstrap Businessmen.
Like a little 5-year-old? Yes.
Yeah, so in any event, now we come down to set the t-shirt cost. Now you can see automatically the cost plus listing fee, okay? They're just going to figure this out. Now remember, this is not going to come out of your pocket right now. It essentially is going to come out of your profits. Okay, so you can see already defaulted to $19.99, and our estimated royalty is going to be $7.68 per unit. So that means that for every shirt that sells,
that's not bad.
You're going to get $7.68. Me, I'm a nice guy, and since you guys are listening to this show or watching it, we're going to go ahead and hit it at $14.99. Let's go ahead and do $15. Nice. So we're only going to profit about $3. We're not going to become millionaires, but it's going to be nice that we can actually, if we sell about, I would say 30 of these, then we can buy a microphone, an expensive microphone. We could get a good microphone for my good friend Kevin over there, and we can start to upgrade his facilities. Although, in a matter of months, you and I might actually be sharing a microphone together. So,
I'm already starting to look for some office space. I'm not even joking.
Nice, dude. All right, so we're going to save selection and continue. Which, speaking of office space, you may want to say something to Kelly. So, brand name. This is super simple. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with Bootstrap Businessmen.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to just do it that way. So, title of the product, we're going to call it Unemployable Bootstrap Businessmen. We're going to call this a designer t-shirt. Maybe I'm stretching that just a little bit. Now, for time's sake, I'm not going to sit here and go into keywords and try to put anything in here and go crazy, guys. So, we already kind of walked through how to do keywords. I can go fix this at a later time. So I would normally fill this spot full, but for right now, we're just going to say fits.
Great.
Excuse me. Hang on a second. Yeah, fits great. How about it's accommodates most people with 2 arms, 1 neck and head, and a torso. Okay.
And a torso.
There we go. And
nice.
Give one. Here we go. I love this one. Give one as a gift for Christmas, Hanukkah, birthday.
Or to that weird uncle.
Or to your weird uncle. Parentheses, he deserves it.
The weird uncle that stays on your couch 6 months of the year.
Stays on your couch 6 days a year. All right. So actually the keyword things, I think you can fit up to like 399 characters in here. Product description is probably just a little bit more. I would go into the full product description, but at this point, all I'm going to do, do I still have the copy and paste on this one? Oh, I do. There's the Bootstrap Businessmen as a podcast devoted to blah, 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 yakety schmackety. And we're not going to go ahead and do the please thing. We're just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, awesome. So we got our show things on here. Save selection and continue. All right, it's going to give you and generate this. Now, okay, it's going to give you a couple options. It's going to tell you, first of all, A, you can either save the progress and come back to it later. B, you can always just order a sample and see if it's just right for you. For me, I know it's going to turn out just fine. I'm just going to go ahead and click sell. Okay, so this is how the page is going to pop up. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Kevin, that based on the colors you choose, Amazon automatically defaults your color on the most ordered color of your shirt. So if black is a popular color, black will pop up. If green is a popular color. So some people might get a little frustrated and go, well, I like the light blue, but I don't want it to pop up there. They're going to show what is the most popular color that people are buying on Amazon currently. So at any rate, this is how it will turn out. This is how the page will look. And I'm just going to go ahead and submit product. We're going to click OK. And the nice thing is, let me go ahead and stop presenting here. Stop screen sharing. Awesome. So we're back here to me. Literally, you guys just saw that. That would have probably taken me closer to about 10 minutes altogether. But, since we were, going step by step and trying to share with you guys, you can see how simple that is. It didn't require much more than, a free, our computer, which I already own that. You can, if you don't own a computer, go to a library, go to a friend, say, hey, can I borrow, your computer for 10 minutes? I'm just not gonna be looking at porn, promise you. And you could sit on down and just, or even say to them, hey, look, I got the shareware program, promise you it's not gonna have any viruses or anything else like that. It's called GIMP, and, just ask permission to download it on their computer. Now, you might have some issues doing it on, say, a public computer like the library, because you may not be able to get the software down to that. But figure a way around. That's what Kevin always kind of says. But in any event, it didn't cost much other than, it cost 10 minutes of my time. Now, there's a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to GIMP. Okay. But the nice thing is, you don't have to pay for it. And as soon as you've learned it, you've mastered it. I'll tell you, it's like me. I can just, those thumbnail images that we pop up for the show takes me 10 minutes.
Wow.
10 minutes to make those. And in fact, actually,
not quite that good. So.
Which, by the way, I was going to totally say something to you, and you were in the middle of saying something here. You're a dick.
Why?
You're wearing a white shirt over a white background, asshole. How the hell am I supposed to work with that, man? So I'm saying this actually to Kevin because what happens is over the last few thumbnails that we do for the videos, I go in and I'll take a snapshot image of him from the show, and then I'll put it over into GIMP. I'll apply there we go. Now you got to talk though, dude.
Oh crap! Can you see me?
Yeah, I'd still be able to work with it, man. Don't sweat it. I thought yeah, there you go. That's gonna go up on there. Was it last week's show awesome? Where you like I'm doing like this. I'm looking up at you, going, and you're looking down, going. That right there, perfect. Seriously, it was just a perfect storm on that one, because I literally, all I did was I opened up our show and I just pressed it at random points. I just ran the arrow along the timeline. I saw a point that you were on there. I paused it, took a picture, dumped it on in there, put a mask on it, cut out your head, threw it onto the thing, and that's how I did it. So that's going to pretty much be the same thing I'm going to do today. Is I'm gonna just go in, snap some of the headshots and throw it onto there. So it's been a lot of fun doing the thumbnails, and now why.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's hilarious because we look like freaking the Two Stooges, for crying out loud. We're like instead of having Larry, Curly, and Moe, it's like Curly and Curly, because both of us are bald-headed fuckers.
Oh, dude, no, I've loved it. The only thing, and it didn't even dawn on me, to be honest with you, when I was uploading it to SoundCloud, I was like, why in the hell does it keep chopping the thumbnails off? And I'm doing this at a breakneck speed. Okay, I'm got 15 things and I'm watching this and it's uploaded. Then I look at it and I'm like going, why is it doing that? I was like, I'll figure it out here in a little bit. You just got to change the size. That's all.
Yeah.
800 by 800.
800 by 800, because I literally, as soon as you told me that, I was like, well, he's putting the wrong specifications on there. I didn't know it was coming that way. Truthfully speaking, I just focus on the YouTube type stuff. So
Yeah, no,
ladies and
it's
gentlemen,
okay.
yeah, if anybody ever interacts with us via our audio streams, you will probably be directly interacting with Kevin. Whereas if you're interacting with us on YouTube, you're getting kind of a combination of both of us, primarily me, because I'm usually the one that goes over into YouTube. So any events, I'll see you on YouTube, but not over there. So that's why I didn't know the thumbs were coming out improperly. And it's just a simple fix, 800 by 800. So those of you that aren't aware, if you're on YouTube, the size thumbnails you need to have is 1280 by 720. So that's 1280 in length and 780 in height. Or excuse me, 1280 and 720. Excuse me, I got it all mixed up. So 1280 in length, 720 in height. And that's the pixels that I do inside GIMP. And essentially all I ever have to do is I just dump our heads over into there and I resize them accordingly. And then I take one of the vector images that I pick up from Deposit Photos, which oddly enough, if you want to see more about Deposit Photos, all you got to do is go to DaleRroberts.com/deposit photos. And get yourself a membership. It's definitely well worth its price in gold. I'm telling you, man, I still have hundreds of friggin' images, dude.
Dude, sell me some.
So are you running out?
I've got 24 left. I wish that I would have bought 3 or 4 of the AppSumo when it was on promo.
Yeah, you were like, oh, this is all I need. Well, you didn't realize, because I mean that's when you came up to me and had said, how do I scale this? You asked after that fact, and I was like, like, and then you were like, oh,
damn it, yeah. Well, I mean, we've got 5 out of it. So.
Oh, wonderful. That's good. That's good. Become resilient. You can always take the GIMP program, and then here's a recommendation: is take GIMP, apply some masks on some of the photos, and then you can go ahead and create new and unique content.
Yeah, true. Do that or find some cheap models.
Find some cheap models, yes. Put it on Craigslist. That's where you get all the hot chicks. Yeah, they'll totally be up. Yes. I'm sure your wife would love having some random chicks coming over that you're going to be taking pictures.
Yeah. Well, no, they wouldn't come here. Duh.
They're going to go to some warehouse downtown that looks really, really shady, and it might be questionably appropriate for anybody.
That's okay. You read it on Craigslist. It's got to be all right. So,
dude, it's on the internet. So that's all I have to say. It's on the internet. So, man, we're starting to get down to the end of our hour. I just knew that this was going to be a fun one to kind of do. My good buddy Dave Koziel, and actually he was our first guest on the Bootstrap Businessmen. Well, technically, we've been saying our first guest was Dave Koziel. Kelly was actually our first guest.
I was going to say, I thought somebody else was before that.
But Kelly was just before. She was actually our first guest because we actually had to kind of run a test show, which was, by the way, was a good one. It was on Blog Talk Radio. But our second official guest was Dave Koziel, our first male guest. There we go. Our first male guest was Dave Koziel. Dave actually has got a very popular YouTube channel. You guys get the chance, go over, look it up on YouTube. It's Dave Koziel. That's Koziel. Dave is just a tremendous guy. I keep in contact with him on a regular basis. Love me some Dave. He's such a fantastic guy. But he's actually been applying a little bit more of his time and attention towards his Amazon merch shirts. I don't know what kind of breakout success he's had. Sadly, I haven't had the time to sit down and actually watch any of his videos lately. I caught one most recently because he's actually kind of going a little bit through a little bit of a transition, and you guys can find out about that inside his YouTube videos. But essentially, he's just kind of taking his time. He moved back in with his parents, and it's not that he's becoming dead, broke, or poor, but he's just looking at his options for living situations. So, but yeah, he's working on Amazon merch shirts, and it's actually something he and I had talked about a few months ago. He's like, "Hey, how's things going with that?" I was like, I gave out. I'd be straightforward when it comes to Amazon merch. It's not the top of my priority list, but if it speaks to you and if it speaks to you and you're kind of like, oh, this sounds like a lot of fun, apply for it right away. Get on top of that. It's a super simple process. It doesn't cost you a dime of your time, and just put it on there, and hopefully you'll get accepted pretty soon. You've been given some great suggestions. If you're listening to us on podcasts, come over to YouTube. You can actually watch me go through that process. It probably help you kind of put those things together. And I would say just kind of do it as a ride along and kind of do a little bit of it. Now, you're welcome to try to steal the unemployable idea. Go ahead. If you get successful, then, take me out to a all-you-can-eat dinner over at Sweet Tomatoes, and we'll call it even. So any last words, my friend?
No, man. We're not running 2 hours tonight.
No, not 2 hours, my man.
No, I'm good.
I still need to produce 3 short stories in fiction, and I have 2 to edit, and also I need to record some self-publishing videos tonight. These are going to be some fun ones. I got some Q&A to cover. So
Nice.
Go ahead, close this out, my man.
Yeah, man. The only thing I've got to say is to everybody, just thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to the podcast, again, thanks for tuning in. Come check us out on YouTube, though, because that was a fun little tutorial, man. It took 2 minutes, and you created a T-shirt, and it's uploaded ready for sale. So for 2 minutes worth of work, if we sell 1 shirt, Dale just made $3 for 2 minutes. So if you times that by 60, $180 an hour, it's pretty good money to make per hour. So everybody, thanks for listening. Again, down below, click the link, do your shopping. A little bit of that scratch comes back to Dale and I. Not that we're really looking to upgrade any cameras or anything really soon, or microphones. Nah. But an office space, we are going to be looking for an office space. So you told me to say something to Kelly about that. I'll have to hit her up about it and see what you're talking about. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Dale, back to you, man.
All right. Good night, folks.
Please support the show by simply shopping at Amazon through the link in the show description. Every time you make a purchase through the provided link, a small percentage of sales goes back to support the show. There's no additional cost to you, and it greatly helps us out. Simply go to the link, bookmark it in your browser, and do your shopping on Amazon while you support the Bootstrap Businessmen podcast. Thanks for tuning in to Bootstrap Businessmen.